Hey guys, Ashley with Amare. So few resources for you guys. We are located in Elizabeth and Highland Park, New Jersey, and I also offer virtual consults. So if you guys need my help, give the office a call, 732-841-0142, and our scheduling coordinator can help you get set up with an appointment. We also have our online shop. So all the products that I talk about in my videos, those are all in our online shop for you guys to purchase. On our Instagram, Amare Healing Arts is our Instagram. All the products are linked right there in our bio. Also, the online shop is linked, and it's linked in the description box for each video. So you guys can go and check those out. And then we have our online course school, the Post-Op Academy. So all of the things that you would need to know post-op, we are doing online courses for. So things like what kind of massages you need, when you need to get them, who to get them from, how to find a therapist like me, all of that we have online courses for. There are going to be more courses coming out all the time. So check in on that to see what's new and what you guys can learn. If you like my videos, all of those courses are exclusive content. All those videos are exclusive content. None of them are on YouTube. They're all in our courses. So that is amarehealingarts.teachable.com. The link for that is also in the description box, and it is also linked in our bio on Instagram. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. Ashley with Amare. I will see you soon. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Ashley with Amare, and today we're going to talk about what supplies you actually need to recover from plastic surgery. So, I want to first talk about the holy post-op Pandora's box. What is that? It's the box of things that you guys have, like all these random things to try to heal after plastic surgery. Here's the thing. You guys go looking for information on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook groups, anywhere that you can get them, because your surgeon doesn't give you a lot of information on what you actually need. So how I'm going to do this video, I'm going to start by talking about the basic things you need for post-op for any surgery. So if you're having plastic surgery, or if you had knee surgery and you're trying to recover, shoulder surgery, things like that, anything you guys are recovering from. So any surgery, anything that, you got done procedure-wise, chemical peels, facelift, breast aug, lipo, tummy tuck, BBL, all the basics that you actually need. And guys, it's a lot more simple than you make it. It's just that you don't know the standard things. Now, here's how I want to start this. Any injury, let's say like wound. Okay, let's talk wound, right? Or let's say burn. So I had a secondary burn on my thigh. I'm going to post the pictures of this on my Instagram once I'm done with the healing, because the melanin and pigment is starting to come back, which I didn't expect, but I've only been using Amare products. So when it first happened, and this is why I'm doing this video too, to roll this out. I'll do a whole video on it once I'm done healing from it, but it happened in July and we are now almost in October. So I'm going to talk about the phases of wound healing and how it all went and how all that works. But if you're recovering from plastic surgery, I want you to picture your body as one giant wound, an injury. So when you're recovering from a burn, like I was, you still need compression, right? A good, amount of compression. You need proper wound care. You need proper skin care. You have swelling, you've got tissue regrowing, and you want to prevent scarring. That's what we're doing when recovering from plastic surgery. So I want you to keep in mind, the reason you need these products is to help your body heal, to work with your body to heal, right? The reason you need these supplies. So yes, I'm going to get into boards, the BBL mattress, all different kinds of things that you guys are using, different kinds of Arnica. Your surgeon says get Arnica and you go buy some random thing on Amazon or some random thing at the drugstore. We're going to get into all of it. But I want you to keep in mind while we're going through this, we are trying to assist the body in healing from a major injury or wound. Okay, your body doesn't know that you went and did this on purpose. So it's trying to heal what you did. So we want to assist in your body healing. We don't want to do things that are going to work against it. And I'm going to get into that at the end of this video. So you guys go, your surgeon doesn't give you any information. You go online, you see all these people who's used all these things. You watch the My Journey videos. And again, I'm going to preface this, guys. The My Journey videos, these people are just other people just like you who are lost, confused, and trying to figure out their way through this post-op recovery thing because no one gave them any help. That does not mean what they're doing is right. And that does not mean that what they're doing is medically correct for the body healing after any injury, wound, anything like that, especially surgery. So please keep in mind when you're watching these My Journey videos, these people are just like you trying to struggle bust their way through this. They are not attacking it from a standpoint of, okay, medically, what happened to my body? Okay, medically, how is my body supposed to heal after such an event? Okay, so then medically, what would we use for such an event to heal? Okay, so I'm going to use that. They're not doing that because they're not trained to do that. They're just people like you that are trying to get through this. So when you're watching these My Journey videos and you guys are seeing all these crazy things that are crazy painful. Let's take, for example, the massages, which we're not going to talk about today because I have a million videos on and a whole online course about. If you want to learn about your massages and what's supposed to be happening to your body during your massages, how the therapist is supposed to be working on you, no, it should never be painful. No, it should not be aggressive. No, there should be no oils or machines or digging or rollers or anything like that. The whole post-op lymphatic massage and finding a therapist course is teaching you guys about that, as well as the products. So we're going to talk about that a little towards the end. And this video will go up on the course page, but I'm not going to get into the specifics of each product. I'm going to get into what you need to know because you guys go through like all this craziness online. So when you're watching these My Journey videos, when you're getting this information from YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, please understand that these people are not medically trained. They're not post-op specialists. They're not manual lymphatic drainage specialists. They're not surgeons. They're just other people trying to figure this out. So I'm going to give you guys the rundown. For any surgery, okay, plastic surgery, so breast aug, facelift, thigh lipo, arm lipo, chin lipo, lipo 360, BBL, tummy tuck, muscle repair, implants of the calf or the glutes or the breast, any of them, you're going to need a garment. Okay, this video, we're not going to talk about garments. I have a million videos on garments. I also go over garments if you want like a clear, direct, straight line as to why you need your garment, what it's there for, like how to know when and what's going on with this garment. Our post-op course, we give you the rundown in that. So this base supplies that you're going to need is obviously your garments. But what they don't tell you is in every garment, except for a fat transfer, you need foam. Now, we know we need lipo foam, right? We're like, oh, okay, yeah, everybody's doing this lipo foam thing, right? So everybody says, get the foam, we need the foam. You go on Amazon. Number one reason to not get your products on Amazon, you don't know what's in them at all. Like the listing could say whatever, you get it, and it's a completely different story. I am speaking from 100% experience. You guys will come into my office and say, oh yeah, I already have foam. And I'll be like, okay, well, rather than spend money on our foam, let me see what you have. Let's see what we can work with first. You bring it in and it's sponge or it's memory foam or it's got like this waxy coating to it. It's not medical grade. It's not polyurethane. It's not anything that's gonna help. Why do we need foam? We need foam in the garment for three major reasons. We need to buffer the garment to make sure that it's not causing any garment burn, but also the seams aren't cutting into you and you have that protective barrier. Number two, our foams, specifically the Amare Lipo foams, help move lymphatic fluid. They stimulate your skin with the way that we put them in. Number three, because they are stimulating the skin, they are getting your fibrosis back to a liquid state. I have a whole video that I just did on fibrosis, and I explain fibrosis in the course. So what is it scientifically? Why did it get there? How do we get rid of it? What's causing it to stay there that we're doing in our recovery? I go through all of that in the course too. So if you guys have fibrosis and you're finding this video or you're preparing for surgery and you want to not have fibrosis, that's another thing that we talk about throughout the entire course is fibrosis. And that video is also on the course page. But your foams are the key, the number one key. Yes, they are called lipo foams, but if you've had a tummy tuck, chances are you've had lipo to your flanks and your back, but also foams are meant to help you stimulate your lymphatics in your garment so that you can pee out the swelling. It's also meant to prevent fibrosis. And as we know, fibrosis is a potential anywhere that there is swelling that can become stagnant, which would be anywhere you had surgery. So let's say you had a tummy tuck with a muscle repair and you're now in your garment and you're noticing that your stomach is getting really hard, but you didn't have lipo. The foams are still going to help with that. So that's the foam. Please do not get foams on Amazon, put them in your garment, and think they're going to work miracles. Because if it's memory foam, it's going to collapse under the weight of your garment. If it's sponge, it's going to dig into your body and cause more fibrosis. Guys, this is why I say, holy hell, post-op Pandora's box. Because you guys just buy tons of things. The other thing with those foams, you can't wash them. They trap bacteria. Our foams are fully washable machine and hand, which brings me to my next thing. That you guys don't even know you need post-op, which blows my mind because ew, gross. Detergent. Guys, if you are washing your garment and your foams in Tide, in Woolite, in All, in Gain, in store-bought things, even like the 7th generation, those things are not made for medical supplies. You need a medical detergent post-op. So we have the surgeon-recommended medical detergent on our post-op shop. So all these things that I'm talking about are on the post-op shop. Which will be linked in the description box. It's amarepostopshop.com. It's linked in our link pop on our Instagram. It's the easiest way to find it. All our products are linked in there too, so you guys can just go in and get what you need. But you guys don't realize when you wash a t-shirt, that t-shirt is not, unless it's like, even if it is like spandex wear, and you're heating up in it, you're not wearing it 24/7. And then your foam's up against your skin. A lot of people with the post-op itch, there's a couple different types of post-op itch, and I'm gonna do a video on that too. And YouTube hates me. It takes 7 hours to upload a 45-minute video, so this is why we have the courses, because it's one straight line of information for you guys that you can go back and rewatch all the time. None of that stuff that's in my courses is on YouTube because it takes forever to upload, and we can't get them to be in the order that I need them to be to teach you guys things. So using those things, even if there's something tight against your body, right? You're heating up, and then you get the post-op itch, and then you get a rash. Sometimes. Not all the time. You don't always get a rash, but sometimes you'll just get like, why is my skin feel so insanely itchy? Why is this garment like digging into my body and like itching the living crap out of me? And you know it's the garment because you take the garment off and you're like, oh, I'm fine. Which is weird because your garment, as you learn in the course, is meant to stop that swelling from intruding on that interstitial space. So you should actually feel worse out of your garment. If you guys are feeling better out of your garment, there's a couple issues going on there. But your detergent, please do not use store-bought detergent on your garment and foams, your post-surgery supplies. Those are not medical washes. You need something that's medical to disinfect. So our detergent actually gets into the fibers of the foam and the garment and like stops the odor and the bacteria and cleans it through and through. Also, fun fact, it helps the garment last longer because the chemicals, even if you're using a free and clear, the chemicals in those detergents are going to break down the material of your garment and going to break down the material of your foams. I have watched someone wash their foams in our foams, the medical grade ones, in Tide, bring them in the next day, and they were crumbling to dust. I kid you not. I've never seen it before in my life, crumbling to dust in her garment. The foam itself was deteriorating like dust in her garment. That doesn't happen when you use our medical grade wash. I have people that use their foams for 8 months because they're having 2 different surgeries. They're doing lipo first, and then they're doing a tummy tuck first, then they're doing lipo of the arms and the thighs. They're doing a bunch of different things, and they will have their foams continual use for 8 months. So if your foams are deteriorating or breaking down, something's wrong. So detergent. Let's see, I have a list. Okay, so that brings me to my next thing, your skin. So we got a couple things going on with the skin, right? We've got the itch, we've got the flake, we've got the redness, the breaking out, we've got our incisions. Your skincare post-op is the most important thing. And the reason I say that, yes, swelling is important, yes, fibrosis is important, but the last thing you want is to have surgery with incisions that you know you're going to have, but then have garment burn and scarring because your skin was so beyond beat up that you now have like fresh injuries, if you want to call it that, or scarring that was never even like supposed to be there. So with your skincare, a couple things. The arnica that you're buying, the soap that you're using, and the Neosporin, bacitracin, and Vaseline. So we call this the Amare trifecta because it is your 3 staples to making sure your skin heals properly. So your soap, Dial Dove and HipaCleanse, right? Your antibacterial soaps, those are meant to be used a couple days post-op, the days before post-op. Once you guys are getting in and out of your garment, showering regularly, you need a different soap. And this is why we have our soap. Our soap has arnica and aloe in it. You guys need that to treat your skin, number 1, because your skin's suffocating in your garment 24/7. Number 2, the pH balance, which is what we're going to talk about with these 3 things. The pH balance of your skin, which people don't understand, is supposed to be at a certain level. I will do a whole video on this, I promise, because everybody's asking me about it. The pH balance of your skin is supposed to be at a certain level in order to protect you from infection, protect you from bacteria. There's an acid mantle on your skin. If we are drying that out, you will crack, you will flake, you will itch. Your skin will feel like 1,000 paper cuts everywhere. And no matter what you do, it's not going to stop because your skin needs to heal because it's now in a breakdown situation. So the gentle cleanser that we have, the wound care, because now going a little bit further with this, your skin is breaking down. The skin around your incisions is breaking down. If you guys see the skin around your incisions start to peel, you're going to scar really bad. If your scabs are getting really thick, like thick, and chunky, you want to make sure that you're taking care of that and using a different type of like ointment or wound care. But your skin around the incision is what's going to cause the scar, not so much the incision itself. When you have a scar, the incision is the white line within the scar. The darkness around the scar, that's from skin being deteriorated and not healing properly during the healing process. So that's where the wound care comes in. And the soap, because the soap makes sure that that skin stays intact and healthy so the wound can close. And then the wound care, which is aloe and colloidal silver, nanoparticles. There's no actual silver in it. There is, but it's not like someone poured silver in the aloe gel and you're rubbing it on you. So when you have a burn, Silvadene, which I didn't use, I used our stuff. Silvadene is what's usually used. It's an ointment that has colloidal silver in it to help with burns. So the aloe gel with the nanoparticles of colloidal silver, they basically suspend the particles in the gel. If you look at the gel, it's just aloe, but in it is the microparticles of silver. And that silver is what's going to stay active for 4 to 6 to 8 hours, several hours, and it's going to help heal the wound. But the aloe itself is going to take care of that ring around your incision and make sure that you don't scar. Now, here's the thing. Your doctor will tell you to use an antibacterial ointment for a while. Once you're healed enough, they're like, oh, throw some Neosporin or bacitracin on it. Here's why we don't do that. It keeps your incisions wet. Even if you use a little bit, it keeps your incisions wet. And then remember I was talking about that skin around your incision drying? Well, you know when you get out of the shower and you have like a scab and it's all like wet and mushy and gushy, and if your towel brushes against it, it rips the whole scab off and then like you have an open wound again and you start bleeding? Yeah. So we don't want that for your skin. We want your incisions to be healthy. We want the scabs to be pretty much flat. We want them to be nice. We want the skin around it to be healing really nicely, not wet and a red ring, and not dry and flaking and peeling skin around it. So that's where the whole balancing the pH thing comes in, and that's why we're not using Neosporin, bacitracin, or Vaseline. That's why we're using the wound care that we have. Now let's talk about Arnica, the third layer of the trifecta. So we've showered, cleaned everything up, right? Treated our skin with the soap, treated our incisions with the soap. We've now used the wound care, right? We've put a nice good layer of the aloe wound care on there so that it's, coated really nicely and it's protected and it's hydrated and it's not going to be sticky or wet. It dries. It actually dries, like dries, but it moisturizes at the same time. And I have videos about each of these on the product pages for the products. So if you guys want to see the products and what I'm talking about, there's that. And then we're talking about Arnica, right? So usually, let's backtrack. We know we're getting the garment either from our surgeon or somewhere online. We know we're going to get foams, right? And we're getting them on Amazon, and they're all kinds of craziness, and they wind up causing fibrosis or collapsing in your garment or just being really uncomfortable. Your foams should feel like heaven. Your foams should make your garment feel like heaven. Your foams should be getting rid of your fibrosis. And if it's not, then it's not the right foam. So foam, garment, we know we're going to have that with all the surgeries, right? And then we know we're going to get told to use some sort of soap, right? So we're going to upgrade to the Amare soap. And then we know they're going to tell us to put some sort of ointment on our incisions, and then they're going to tell us Bacitracin and Vaseline, whatever, and you're going to put that on there. And then you hear Arnica, 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 Arnica all over everywhere on everybody's post-op My Journey videos, on the surgeon stuff, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. What is Arnica? Arnica is only one plant. It's a daisy. There's actually several types of Arnica, which people don't realize, several variations of the plant. There's Mexican Arnica and regular Arnica and a bunch of other ones. But our post-op cream, if you are allergic to nuts, do not use it because it does have almond oil and things like that in it. Our post-op cream is not like sticky or like the gel, like the Arnica gel that you guys get that's sticky and winds up drying out your skin, or the cream that's really sticky. The point of our post-op cream, yes, is for bruising and swelling, but it's also a topical analgesic, which Arnica is too. It helps with pain, right? So that's the Arnica flowers in there, the daisies. But then you have calendula, echinacea, lemongrass, black pepper seed oil, rosemary oil, all kinds of other stuff. It's all on the page. But all of those other herbs don't just help with swelling, they actually help heal your tissue. So Arnica helps with bruising, swelling, pain, all of that stuff, right? Healing overall. But all of these other herbs on top of that is what's helping with the stopping the itch, the post-op itch that you guys are getting, the insane itch, is helping with your skin as far as healing. Because remember, we're talking about like the skin breakdown. Is helping with circulation and bringing back your nerves. That's a big one. Is when you guys have a tummy tuck, when you guys have, you know, all of these like lipo and you're numb, or your breast dog and it's still numb. Anywhere that you have skin, your body's gonna absorb. So this is the thing that everybody gets wrong. When you're using it, you don't want to slather a crap ton of it on you, right? So if we were to use that little tube of Arnica, the white tube, the way we're supposed to, we would run through that tube in just one use. Because the more skin you cover, the higher a dose of whatever you're putting on your skin you get. It's not about how much you use, it's how much skin you cover. So having something that's extra strength, like our Arnica cream, like our, post-op cream, having that extra strength, having the two plants in there, and then all the other herbs that are in there, and then covering every inch of available skin, not just your surgery area. And guys, if you're in your garment and you can't take your garment off, covering every inch of available skin outside of your garment, your body's still getting a dose of that stuff. So making sure you're getting an Arnica that's actually going to be strong enough for what you're dealing with. Because again, you'll be running through those little tubes if you're using it the way you're supposed to be using it, like crazy. Those are the basic things you need. So we need soap, we need Arnica, we need something for our incisions for them to heal without scarring so that we don't have to worry about the scar stuff. We need garments, foam, and detergent for washing garment and foam. Now, those are for like any surgery, right? When we're talking about BBL, we need a BBL pillow. And then we've got the BBL mattress and all these other BBL craziness, right? Guys, the only thing you actually need is a pillow. Now, here's the thing. The reason you guys buy all this other craziness is because the pillows that you're getting on Amazon are terrible. They are collapsing underneath you. They're squishing you. They're cutting into you. They're doing all this craziness, right? Pro tip, it is better to have an extremely firm pillow that's going to support you for those 6 to 8 weeks than something that's collapsing underneath you. Because that's not going to hold you at all. You're going to get back pain. You're going to get hip pain. Your legs are going to be killing you. Your stomach's going to be killing you. And you're putting pressure on your BBL that you can't feel. So here's the thing, guys. For a while, you're numb with your BBL. There's no feeling. And then you start to get tingling and itching and feeling, right? Unless you sit on your BBL and you're like in massive pain, you're not really going to feel if you're putting pressure back there. Sometimes you can, right? Depending on how big you got the fat transfer, how much you got. But a lot of times you're not going to feel it. So when we get these pillows and we're like, oh yeah, it's fine. the only thing you feel is your back hurting. If your back is killing you on that BBL pillow, your back specifically, you're either not sitting on it right, and I have a video on how to sit on your BBL pillow, or you're sitting on it right, but it's collapsing underneath you and you're trying to like arch and do this thing where you're like trying to like scoot and sit and like hold your body up because your pillow's not working, because it's got this like, it's either cardboard on the bottom and pillow in the middle, like soft, squishy, foamy situation, or it's like hard, but then like a sponge top or like a pillow top situation or a foam top situation. If you can bend your pillow, we got a problem. That pillow is not doing anything for you because it's got to support your entire body weight for 6 to 8 weeks, and you should be using it. Also, sleeping on your back. I have a video about this. And sitting, but not the traditional way, for like your resting position, I call it, for your BBL. And tummy tuck. It's really, really great for tummy tuck too, even if you're not using the BBL pillows. It just makes it more comfortable with the BBL pillow. But when I show you guys how to do that, if your BBL pillow is collapsing, you won't be able to do those things. You won't be able to sleep on your back with the bolsters the way I show you. You won't be able to be in that resting position, and you won't be able to sit on it because it's going to collapse, or it's going to slide, or it's going to move, or all these different things. So our BBL pillow has a zipper. Okay, when you unzip a lot of these BBL pillows, you'll see there's like a stack of foam on top, or it's all like weird fabric. Ours is just a brick of EVA foam. What you're gonna do to adjust the firmness of it, because a lot of you guys, you'll sometimes get thigh lipo too, to the back of your thighs or the sides of your thighs with a BBL to give a little bit more shape to it, or it's just not comfortable and it's like digging into you. And I'm gonna do a whole video demonstrating this, but you can actually unzip ours, take the cover all the way off. Number one, for washing purposes, because ew, if you leak on it, you can clean it, yay. And number two, take the Amare Lipo foam and stick it in the places where you feel that it's hard, and then zip that puppy back up, and it's gonna buffer the pressure. A lot of BBL pillows, their covers aren't stretchy, so you can't get anything in there. A lot of people put towels or pillowcases on top of the BBL pillow, but then you have to readjust them all the time. Our cover specifically stretches so you guys can put things in there, which I don't think you guys are realizing when you're getting it. So I'm gonna do a whole video on it later. But your BBL pillow is something you need. Now let's talk about the mattresses and the hole in the chair situation and all the things. Guys, there are a lot of things out there on the market for recovery. The problem is a lot of them are not designed by post-op recovery specialists. They're not designed by people that specialize in recovery. So we're making things just to make things out of an idea, but not really understanding how they're supposed to work. This is why I'm doing this. If you guys don't understand how your supply is supposed to work, whatever that is, if you get a foam on Amazon, if you get, whatever it is, mattress situation, if you're using it, you don't understand how it's supposed to work, or understand what we're trying to use it for, why do we have it? Why? Because it doesn't make sense. So like the mattress situation, right? We've got a hole in it. That's all well and good. But I posted a reel a while ago. I might reshare it soon. A while ago about a woman falling into an avocado float thing, and then she couldn't get up. You're going to get down into that, not be able to get out of it, because it's creating a pressure ring around your BBL. The same way when I talk to you guys about the chair situation and like you cutting a hole in it, no matter how many pillows you stack on there, unless you are using one of those gravity chairs and you cut the hole, but then make sure your butt's not touching the hole and just add a bunch of bolsters, then why did you cut the hole in the first place if you were just gonna add the bolsters to lift yourself up? Guys, the hole is never a good idea. Holes in your garment, holes in your gravity chair, holes in your BBL mattress, the hole is never a good idea. You're creating a pressure ring. If not directly on your BBL, then on the sides of your hips and directly cutting into your lymphatic, and you're gonna blow up your legs and you're gonna blow up your butt everywhere. So just please, no more holes in things. There are lots of things, but again, medically, conceptually, it does not make sense for how the body works. So I say no to the BBL hole things. Now, you guys, listen, All of these things that I tell you guys as far as what we do and what we don't do, and the reason we have our products and the reason we have things set up is because I've tried the other things, guys. Like, I've been doing this for like 8 years, 9 years. Guys, I've tried these things. This is all like tried and true experience. I've done this in the office with my clients, and I'm like, wait a second. Lymphatic mapping, wait a second. Basic wound care, wait a second. None of this makes sense. Why are you doing this? And they're like, oh, well, TikTok. Oh, well, my journey. And I'm like, do you know if that person healed properly? Do you know if they have scars? Do you know how much they battled with fibrosis? Do you know if 8 months out, they're still in a garment not healed? Guys, we got to do better. So this is me helping you do better. Let's talk about boards. Okay. Boards are meant for abdominal support after a tummy tuck. Boards will not get rid of your swelling, guys. I don't know how many times I can say this. Boards are not going to get rid of your swelling. Boards are meant if you're going to use them. Please note, little side note, you don't have to use them. They are extremely painful in your garment. If you're going to use them, they're meant to go over the foam. Now, if you're using foam, you better make sure it's the Amare foam with your board, because if it's memory foam or sponge, it's going to collapse and then the board's going to dig into you. So it's meant to be used over foam for abdominal support. Boards are not for compression, guys. Boards are not going to get you snatched. Boards are meant for abdominal support to go over foam, in between the garment and the foam, if you choose to use them. But I'm telling you, guys, back boards and stomach boards, ab boards, you don't need them. All you need is proper foam. The reason you guys are using them is because the foam you have isn't working. All you need is proper foam to stimulate your lymphatics, protect you from the garment, and help keep all that fluid in a fluid state so you can pee it out during your massages. That's why everybody started using these boards, because they were like, oh, well, I need to push on this fluid. I need to compress. Guys, your compression garment is meant for compression, not the board. So we say no to boards. I have a video on that too. But still, my stance, a couple of years later, we still say no to boards, even more so now than we did before. The back boards, the ab boards, the little triangle thing you guys are trying to shove into your tailbone area. None of that is going to work with your body. It's going to push into your body and work against your body. Same thing with your garment, guys. If you can't get your garment on and off by yourself, it is too tight. Because your garment is not supposed to cut into you and squeeze you and work against your body. Your garment is supposed to hold you like a soft cast for your body to heal in it, not work against your body. So the other thing that I see as far as supplies with you guys, I see some crazy things, guys. You guys are using waist trainers. I know you've always been using waist trainers, trying to use waist trainers after lipo, and then you wind up with lines of fibrosis on your body. Guys, waist trainers are not compression garments. They are not 20 to 30 mmHg. They are waist trainers. This is the other thing too about the garments. Guys, sometimes you're going to have drains and need a binder, that white wrap binder. Binders are not evil. Binders are not bad. Binders are actually kind of okay if you're using them right. If you're putting the foams in your binder to protect you from the binder, it can give you great compression and you can use it your entire recovery. I have someone right now who only had lipo to her back and flanks, and we didn't really need to get her into a garment because that's the only area she had it, and it was very, 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 very minimal. And we have the foams in there, the Amare foams, in a specific way, with the binder around her, and she is reducing beautifully, and her fibrosis is almost completely gone with just the foams and the binder itself. But again, these things can work if you know how to use them. Same thing with our products, how to use them. I have videos on them. But when you're talking about buying your Pandora's box of post-op supplies, you got to understand the basic fundamentals of what we need, right? Garment, foams, detergent to wash all of that. The correct medical grade versions of these things. And then skin, right? So actual healing. So soap, wound care, post-op cream. That's it. Now, rollers. The reason I wrap that up and then talk about rollers, there are two schools of thought. One, rollers help with fibrosis. Two, rollers help with the fluid. Guys, you don't know what you're doing. There are a lot of people that like to use the roller, say they get great results, but oh my God, is it painful? Oh my God, it hurts so bad. Oh my God, my fibrosis came down, but my swelling is so huge and I'm back into like my phase 1 right after surgery garment because I'm so swollen, but I don't have fibrosis. Guys, fibrosis is an inflammatory process. Fibrosis is swelling that got stagnant and started to thicken like gel, and then like putty, and then like Play-Doh, and then like clay, and then as like cement, and then. You want to turn that thing back to a liquid state, hint, hint, the foams, and then get your manual lymphatic drainage massages, hint, hint, very gentle, not painful. And then you will pee it out. If you don't have the right foams, that's not going to happen. If you're not getting the right massages, that's not going to happen. You can use a roller till the cows come home and cause your body so much pain. Yes, you may feel softer because that fibrosis is all floaty and inflamed in there, but you're going to have swelling. We got to take care of it at the root. We got to take care of it at the problem. And the problem is you guys are buying all these things and you're buying the dollar store version of your post-op supplies. That is the best way to put it. You are buying the dollar store generic brand of dish soap without a sponge and not knowing how to use it. That's what you're doing with your post-op supplies. You guys gotta do better. Listen, there's this whole thing about like botched. Oh, my surgeon botched me. Oh, I need round 2. My surgeon was terrible, blah, blah, blah. No. You basically went and got someone to do artistry with your body, and then you didn't take care of it, and now it's not healing right. The quality you put in is the quality you're going to get out. And you guys are going to see that once I show you my burn wound. The quality you put in is the quality you're going to get out. Because when you see what this thing looked like, everyone's like, oh my God, did you go to the hospital? And I'm like, no, I took care of it myself because I know how to take care of it. But it wasn't, again, it was something I was prepared for to take care of. You guys aren't preparing to take care of this. That's the problem. You guys are going down rabbit holes, but not actually doing research. And then when I say, oh, you did research, you're like, well, I thought I did. I looked it up. I did this. I read articles. No. You read somebody's My Journey blog. You read somebody's video situation with comments. You read comments on TikTok on somebody's little 30-second thing. You did not do research. And guys, that's why I do the research for you. That's why I made the course. That's why I'm pulling up the medical journals. That's why I have my YouTube. Because you guys don't know where to do your research. You don't have a reputable source. I'm your reputable source. Hello, and I'm glad to be your reputable source, but you guys have to think ahead with these things. So when it comes to your supplies, do not buy the dollar store brand of your post-op supplies, guys. Buy something that's medical grade. Buy something with a purpose. Buy something where you're going to know how to use it properly. So this is the thing with your massages too. Any actual MLD therapist is not going to be $60 an hour. Is not going to be $100 an hour. Actual accredited MLD therapists that are going to be able to get rid of your swelling post-op, we're going to be 140, 150, 180, 200. We're not going to be 60, 80 bucks a session. We're not going to be 10 sessions for $800. No, because we're not just doing a massage. We're looking at your body. We're mapping out your swelling. We know the lymphatic map in our heads. So we're looking at this map and we're like, all right, what's going on where? How do I need to work? What do I need to work on? We're like planning like a game plan for working with your body. It's the same thing with your post-op supplies, guys. If you're buying, let's say you buy Bluetooth headphones at the dollar store. There's no instructions on how to pair it to your phone. There's no like rundown on how the buttons work. It's just the headphones. Let's say you buy Galaxy Buds from the Samsung store. There's going to be a booklet of information. You're going to have a guy there showing you how to tap it once to make the music stop, tap it on the side, make the volume go up, do all these things, right? That's the difference. Same thing with your surgery. You're going to go down these rabbit holes, find out all these things, buy a bunch of things that you wind up never using for your surgery or using them and they cause complications because you're using them wrong or you don't know how to use them. Or worse than that, you're using them, but you're not using them at the right time during your recovery. So you're using a roller like a week post-op, and you're causing even more inflammation, and you're causing even more hardness, or you're using a board when you don't need a board, or you're using foams, but you're not putting them in right. All these different things. So in the course, in the bonus module of the course, I go through all of these things that I just went over, and I go through why you should be using them, how you should be using them, how they relate to swelling, how they relate to fibrosis, all those different things. I also have all the product videos on the product pages. I also have all these YouTube videos. Guys, if you want like a customized plan of action, that's what I'm here for, guys. I'm not just some weird rando on the internet rambling all day because I love this stuff. I mean, yes, I'm a weirdo and yes, I love this stuff. But guys, seriously, rather than just trying to muddle through it yourself, I'm a plastic surgery recovery specialist. Call the office. Like, I do so many virtuals where you guys are just like, all right, I looked at all the products. This is what I think I need. What do I need? When do I use it? Give me a timetable of instructions. Give me a game plan day to day at exact timing of when I should use these things. Give me, okay, at week 1, do this. At week 2, do that. At week 3, start this. Because guys, you got to do things when the body's ready for it. You can't just go doing things all over the place. So if you guys want like a game plan, like a serious plan of action of like, all right, these are all the things you're going to need. Because here's the tricky thing too. Your surgeon's going to give you instructions and they're going to say, I don't want you putting anything on your incisions. Okay, so now what do we do? Well, we left them and now they're cracking and peeling and they're looking crazy. And then your surgeon's like, yeah, throw Neosporin on it. And you're like, okay. You throw Neosporin on it and now it's wet and gooey and weird looking. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, this guy told me to put nothing and then told me to put Neosporin and now it's even worse than it was when it was nothing. So what do I do? Call the office. Call the office because something's going on. Something's not right. Or just take the course. Guys, the course is 4 hours of me giving you direct guided information with a game plan and a plan of action and explaining everything to you guys. And it's the price of one virtual. In one virtual, it's actually cheaper. No, it's the price of a virtual. In one virtual, which is 1 hour versus 4 hours, I will only be able to get through the products with you guys because you have a bazillion questions. Here's the thing. Here's like my strict advice here. Like, no, like, if you guys are really looking into all of this stuff and you're just starting and you're on TikTok, you're seeing all this conflicting information, stop getting your information from sources that are not verified. Number 1, I am a certified lymphedema therapist. I have 3 manual lymphatic drainage certifications. I have 3 advanced MLD surgery certifications, post-op certifications. I have 4 certified garment fitter certifications. I'm a licensed massage therapist. I've been doing this for 8 years just about. And when you guys are getting your information, I'm giving it to you from medical journals. I'm giving it to you from plastic surgeon articles. It's not just some like random, I did this and it worked at the end. No, this stuff is scientifically backed. Take the course first. Here's why. If you guys are finding this video and you've listened to me for 42 minutes, please take the course first. Because what you're going to ask me in the virtual about your massages, about how do I know, about, well, I called these places and I still don't know. Well, I verified their credentials. How could it not be real MLD? They said it was MLD and that's what they did and you're telling me it's different. I don't understand it. Before you get triggered and upset at what you're seeing online, take the course. Understand how swelling works in the body. Understand what your body is going to go through during surgery, any wound, any injury. Learn about your lymphatic system. Learn about your swelling. Learn about your wound healing. Learn about how your body's going to heal. Learn about fibrosis as a complication. Learn about how fibrosis works before you go buying a bunch of rollers and trying to dig into your body or have somebody else dig into your body or use a radio frequency machine. Learn about this stuff first, please. And then try to figure out what products you need. Because you guys are doing it the opposite. You know you're going to have swelling, you know you're going to have surgery, and you're trying to buy all these products because you are scared to not do it right, that you do too many things and do it wrong. You get in the way of your healing. You get in the way of your body naturally trying to heal itself rather than support it. Take the course first. Understand what your body's going to go through. Understand how swelling works and why you need it and how to work with it, not just think it's the devil and you need to get rid of it. Understand why you need a garment. Understand why you need massages. Understand what the heck they're supposed to do to you in those massages to make you pee the swelling out. Understand how you pee the swelling out and understand how to find a therapist. And then in the bonus module, at the end, I go over the products again like I did in this video, but more aligned with everything we just learned so you understand them better. I also talk about what you should and shouldn't be eating and drinking and like it's all the recovery parts. It's food, it's garments, it's water, it's supplies, it's swelling, it's massages, it's finding a therapist. It's all the parts in there because they all go hand in hand. And they're all part of your body healing and what it's going through and how you can best support it during that healing rather than buying a Pandora's box of post-op products and getting in the way of it healing. So guys, take the course first. And if you still need help as far as your supplies and you're like, all right, I understand everything. And from what I understand, I got this. Am I missing anything? How do I use these things in my specific surgery and my specific case? Let's say you're doing breast log, arm lipo, thigh lipo, tummy tuck muscle repair, and back lipo. Because I've had that. The whole thing, right? Let's say you're doing all of that. For something like that, you're going to want to see me. You're going to want to find out, all right, this is what my doctor said. Here's my post-op plan. All right, cool. Here are the questions I need you to ask your doctor to figure out when we can do what. Here's what I need to know. Is your doctor giving you a garment or are you having to get your own garments? Is your doctor giving you foam or does your doctor not want you to wear any foam? Are you going to have drains or are you not going to have drains? Because that's going to change what kind of garment you need to be in. All of those deep specific things, I'm going to have to ask you those and explain to you why I'm asking it to you. Rather than you just taking the course and understanding it and being like, all right, bet. So I know I'm going to have swelling. I know I'm going to have this. I know I'm going to have that. I know that I'm going to be, in this garment and it's supposed to feel like this. I already talked to my doctor and asked if this is the type of garment. I already scheduled a session before surgery with this MLD person that I found. And I'm going to make sure she's doing all the things that you said she was supposed to be doing in the sequence she's supposed to be doing it for my massage. All right, cool. I got all that. Now help me fill in the blanks. Because guys, there's a lot of blanks, like more so than with your products. And the reason you guys have a Pandora's post-op box is because there's so many blanks. So take the course, fill in the blanks first, understand the why behind all of this, then go looking for your products. And it's 4 hours. That's all you need. It's 4 hours and it's a clear, direct, straight line for you to understand your recovery, for you to understand your swelling, understand what's going on in your body, understand how you need to be handling it. Because that's really it. You guys don't understand how you're supposed to handle anything post-op at all. You don't understand why it's happening to even handle it. So let's answer the why first. You're going to learn then how it needs to be handled. Then you can schedule a virtual with me and we'll set up a plan of action to actually handle it. So the why it's happening to your body after surgery, and then the how we need to support it, those two things are in the course. If you still need help after that, as far as like, all right, now what do I need to do? and I've learned all this and I know why I need to do it and I have an idea. Now I need like details and refinement. That's what the virtuals are for, because we can really niche down when we're speaking the same language and you guys are on the same page and I'm not having to explain to you over and over and over. Your body is going to swell because of this, and this is why you need this. And remember when I said this 10 minutes ago? Yeah, this is also a jumping off point of that, because you guys have so many questions that are all the same question asked in so many different ways because you don't understand what your body's going through. So there's that. Now, if you need me, beyond watching the videos on the product page, beyond watching this video, beyond taking the course, virtuals, you can set up a virtual with me, 732-841-0142. You can call the office and our scheduling coordinator will set you up with a virtual with me where you can ask me all the things you want to ask me. For the post-op course, to learn all these things for your recovery, all the preliminary stuff I'm talking about. For that, it is on our post-op shop. So AmarePostOpShop.com. The link is in the description box. The link to the course actually, and like the main course video where I talk about like everything in detail that's in it, all the modules, that's on our link in bio on our Instagram. So the video's actually there, so you can watch it right there if you haven't seen it yet. It's how to prepare for plastic surgery on YouTube. But that video is right there for you guys. And then on the actual course page, I have the video about fibrosis, and I have that same preparing for plastic surgery video. And then this video will go up there too. So that's all in our link in bio, and you can actually purchase the course with Shopify installments so that you guys don't have to pay the full price all at once. You can pay it over installments as well as with your supplies. So if you want to get your supplies and the course all at once, you can do that and put it all on like a payment plan. But that's all on our post-op shop. So all that is there. I am located in New Jersey, in Highland Park and Elizabeth. So if you guys are in Jersey and you're like, damn, yeah, I'm gonna need her. You can, if you are pre-op, you can come in as early as you want pre-op. And same thing with your virtuals, guys. If you're pre-op, book as early as you can. Like the earlier we start unraveling this and creating a straight line out of all your confusion, the better. Because you're gonna be like, I got this. Surgery is the easy part. She said it, I believe it. Surgery is the easy part. Now I have a plan of action. Now I can just recover and not have to worry about it. But if you're pre-op, you can come in whenever you want. Even if you're thinking about surgery and you're like, all right, help me find a surgeon. This is what I want. What do I need? Like, how do I find a surgeon? What kind of surgery do I need? I do a lot of that too. So we're in Highland Park in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Same phone number, 732-841-0142. You guys can call the office and, Alex will help you get set up with an appointment. So guys, please stop developing Pandora's post-op box. We don't need that anymore. We need to keep it simple. You guys are way overcomplicating it because you don't know which direction to go in. So you're trying to cover all your bases and get everything, but it's getting in the way of your healing. So guys, Ashley with Amare. I will see you all very soon. That's it. Bye.